So today I'm going to show you how I took this boring disposable camera and transformed it into this incredible customized personal one with some vinyl using my Cricut. So I have the design file for this available inside of my Etsy shop. It's in the description down below if you want to buy it, follow along and create your own custom cameras. I did this for my bachelorette party, and I'm going to give each one of the girls one of their own cameras so they can use it throughout the weekend. I have a whole ton of stickers that they're going to be able to decorate it with and add their names onto it. So I'm super excited to give them these custom cameras. But you could do this for like a birthday party, your wedding guests, all sorts of things. So again, if you want to follow along, design files down in the description. I do have a couple of these holographic extras. So if you want to buy the actual vinyl and you don't have a Cricut, I have some of those available in my Etsy shop as well. So you can buy those, buy your own cameras, and just stick them on. No work needed with the Cricut. For those of you who do have a Cricut, I am going to show you what it looks like to use the design file from start to finish, cut it out on your Cricut, and then I'll give you some tips on how to apply the vinyl to your camera to get it to sit really nicely. And with that, let's get started. So now that you've got your custom design file from me on Etsy, you're going to upload it into the Cricut design space. And then once it's uploaded, you're going to ungroup all of the pieces and then regroup the individual front and back pieces. And this is a super important step. You're going to want to attach those groups so that the circles don't move when your Cricut is trying to cut your design. Once those pieces are grouped, you can copy and paste them and then kind of move them into where it makes sense. But when you click Make It, since all of those pieces are attached, it'll automatically move them into the best place to save space. I'm going to delete out these other two that I copied because I'm only going to print two as kind of like a demonstration for you next, but you'll be able to see how it saves space for you. Next, I'm going to choose holographic vinyl because that's the settings for this vinyl. The default ones work really great for me, so I'm just going to do that. But of course, I recommend using whatever settings that work best for the vinyl that you're going to be cutting. And I'm just gonna load that onto my standard mat. And then when I click the button to start my cut, after loading it inside of my Cricut, it'll just be a few seconds before we've got our custom vinyl. All right, so now it's time to put your vinyl on your cameras. And so I recommend starting with the front piece. And how I do this is I line up based on the kind of photo counter up at the top and also on the flash on the front. So it's kind of a balance of making sure that those two things are lined up so that the rest of your camera will be. And this is a super important step. I recommend that when you're pushing down to get the bubbles out, you go from top to bottom. So you're only gonna wanna go one direction because otherwise you're gonna end up with bubbles or like creases and bumps inside of that vinyl. So again, just top to bottom. Then with the back, same thing as the front, you're going to line up around the viewfinder and then make sure that that lines up with the photo countdown up at the top. Again, super important, press from top to bottom to get all of those bubbles, wrinkles out so that you've got a really smooth sticker on your camera. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can get more content from me in the future. If you do use this, I'd really love to see photos of how you customize your cameras, so leave me an Etsy review, tag me on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching.